Hello friends, welcome to my channel Electrical Master. This video I am going to explain about how electrical crane hoist motors are working, how we can do the wiring for the electrical crane motors. If you are visiting my channel first time, please subscribe to my Electrical Master YouTube channel and click the bell icon. Then you will never miss our updated videos. Let's go to the video. Mostly the cranes are working in industrials and workshops. Mostly where I use this type of crane for lifting the heavy object like cargo or motors or generator lifting. We are using the electrical cranes. Normally the electrical crane, it's working in 4 position controls. One is the upward position and downward position and right side position and left side position. You can see this picture. This is the overhead crane. From this crane, mostly these cranes are fitted in the beam of the buildings. From this crane, this part, it is called a hook. It is attached with the chain or rope along with the motors. This is the controlling box of the hoist or crane. With the help of this crane control, we can easily move the position of the cranes. You can see here, this red button, it is called the stop push button or emergency stops. And these other 4 push buttons used for the 4 different operations. This first one used for the upward position, and second one is for the downward, and third right side, and fourth is the left side. When we press the upward, this hook will be moved upward side. Similarly, downward push button we press, it will be moved downward. And right side push button we press, this crane will be moved like this way right side. Another left side button we press, it will move left side in this way. Like that, this electrical crane is working. Now we will see what are the components inside in the electrical cranes and what are the components used in the control box. See this picture. This is the internal component of the electrical cranes, and this is the hook. I already told this hook is attached with the chains and it is connected to the motor systems. And see here, this is the motor, and this rotor side will connected with the gearing arrangement. To reduce the speed of the motor, we connected the gears here, and this side braking system will be connected, and this is the limit switch for the upper side. This is the control box, and top side, this is used for the movement of the motor in right side and left side, that rotating wheels. It's connected with the another motors. These are the component. You can see here 2 numbers of 3-phase motors we are using. One motor used for this hook movement in the upward and downward position. Another motor we use for this crane moving left and right side movement. Similarly, 2 numbers of 3-phase braking system. I already told the braking element is attached with the crane. Whenever the motor will receive the power, that time brake also will receive the power and it release the braking system in the gearing arrangement. So gear will be freely rotate. So similarly, we taken out our finger from the push button, the 3-phase power will be disconnected to the motors. See, similarly, braking system also will be disconnected, so brake will be attached to the gears. Like this way the braking system is working. So we use the 2 numbers of brake. One brake used for this one motor, another brake used for the top side, left side and right side movement of the motor. And 4 magnetic contactor we use. 2 magnetic contactor for this motor like upward and downward controlling. Another 2 magnetic contactor used for the right side and left side of the motor. And 2 overload relays. Similarly, 1 relay for this one motor, another relay for the another motors. And 4-pole MCB is for the incomer of the motors, and 2-pole MCB for the control circuits. So these are the internal components we used in the electrical crane controlling box and electrical crane components. Now we will see power diagram of the electrical crane, how we are connecting in our controlling box. So incomer 3-phase supply we are taken 3 phases with one neutral. We are connected here, and the output will be taken out. All the 3 phases RYB, it's taken to the 2 overload relay. Like this way we are taken out, parallelly we are connected, RYB, here RYB, this is the overload relay 1 and this is the overload relay 2. I already told we are using 4 contactors, so 2 contactors for the controlling upward and downward position of the motor, another 2 contactors we are controlling for right side and the left side movement of the motor. And here this is the motor 1 and this is the brake 1 system for the motor 1. Similarly this is motor 2, this is the brake 2 system for the motor 2. And this connection is very simple and it is the same like forward and reverse configuration of the motors. That technique only we are using here. I will explain how I connect these systems. So ROIB will taken to the overload relay. From the overload relay we are taken ROIB directly to the magnetic conductor power terminal ROIB. Same power will be taken out, it is directly feeding to the motor. So whenever they are giving this contactor, down contactor is pressed, that time the motor will rotate normal way, like clockwise it will rotate. You can take here other 3 ROIB will taken out from the same connection from the OLR, that will be connected to the another connector ROIB, and bottom side of the that magnetic contactor RYB we are connecting here simple reverse connection, like the R supply will connected to the blue phase and blue phase will be connected to the R phase of the another magnetic conductor. This is called the forward and the reverse connection. Just we are interchanging the R phase and the blue phase to control the rotation of the motors. That's the purpose we are interchanging here. So what will happen, whenever this down contactor push button will activate, the motor will allow to rotate in clockwise. So motor will rotate clockwise means the sign will move downward position. Similarly, whenever the upward push button is pressed, upward contactor will activate. At that time, this power supply will be from like this way and motor will rotate in anti-clockwise. So it will be motor will rotate in upward position. The hook will be moved upward. And see here the similar power taken out from the motor terminal. Similarly ROIB will be looked to connect in the braking system. So whenever the motor will be energized, that time brake will be also get the power supply. So whenever the brakes get power, the brake will be released and it will allow the motor to rotate, because the motor and the brake it will be connected mechanically locking systems. In this way the upward and downward is working. Similar overload other 3 ROIB will be connected to the overload relay 2. It will connected to the one of the contactor, right side movement contactor, and it will be connected to the motor. Another 3 phase is connected to the left side movement of contactor and it is connected to the same motor terminal. And when the right contactor will be energized, motor will goes in the right side movement. Whenever the left side contactor energized, the motor will move in the left side position. Braking also, whenever the motor energized, brake will be released. Whenever motor power supply will be disconnected, braking will be activated. So this is the power diagram of the electrical crane. Now we will see how the control diagram, how we can control this different 4 contactor with the push button with the help of control supply. I already showed 4 phase, 3 phases with 1 neutral we are taken the incoming. The neutral line we are taking one of the wire will be connected to the control box. One of the phase we are connected to the control box. Now we'll see the control supply phase and neutral will connected to the 2-pole MCB. From this 2-pole MCB, phase will be connected to the emergency stop push button, and this phase supply further extend to the NC contact of overload relay 1. From this NC contact, the power will be taken out and it will be connected to the down push button of the control panel. So whenever the down push button will be pressed, then power phase supply will be extended and it will connected to the NC contact of upward contactor. This is the upward magnetic contactor NC contact, and further it will be connected to the NC contact of the up push button. Normally these push buttons having NO and NC contact. Whenever that upward push button is NO, that time the NC will upward push button NC will be closed. For the mechanical interlock, we have taken this point. We are considering this NC also. This NC for the upward push button, because we are pushing here the downward push button. So at that time, the phase supply will go here, and it will NC of the upward magnetic contactor, and it is also upward push button NC contact. Then the phase supply will be connected to the downward magnetic contactor coil supply A1, and A2 will be directly feed from the neutral. So magnetic contactor downward will be activated. So motor will be moved downward. That hook will be moved downward, and we will get the indication similarly from the phase supply and neutral. And this indication will show that our crane will be moved downward. Very similar. From the another same phase supply OLR, we are taking another phase supply. It will connected to the NC of downward push button. So whenever the downward push button is open, at that time the downward push button NC contact will be closed. From that NC contact, we are connected to the downward push button, downward contactor NC, and it is connected to the upward push button. So upward push button will be pressed, then it will power supply going to the upward contactor. Then upward contactor get hold, and it will allow the crane that hook will be move upward. Similarly, that indication will get it from like this way. Phase will be connected to the one indication lamp, and neutral will be directly feed. So whenever the up push button is pressed, the up contactor will be activated like this way. Whenever down contactor is pressed, down push button is pressed, down contactor will be activated. Similarly, the power supply extended to the control supply phase and neutral to the another overload relay 2. From the overload relay, we are taking two loops. One loop is connected to the right push button, right side movement push button, and the push button, if it is pressed, and it will going to the low left side magnetic contactor NC. From that NC contact, it will be connected to the NC contact of the left side push button. From that is connected to the right side magnetic contactor. So right side push button is pressed. From this interlocking, it will be connected to the right side magnetic contactor A1, and A2 will be connected directly feed from the neutral side. So right side will be activated. Then indication also will show the right side movement. Similarly, for the left side movement, we are taking the NC contact of right side push button, and it will connected to the right side NC magnetic contactor, and it is connected to the left side push button. When left side push button is pressed, then it will be connected to the left side magnetic contactor A1, and left side magnetic contactor will be energized, and it will allow to move the crane to the left side, and the indication will be feed here. In this way, our electrical crane is working. We can easily control the crane upward and downward, and the left side and the right side. I hope now you will understand this concept, how the electrical crane is working. If you have any doubt, don't worry, you can write it in the comment box. I will clear your doubts. And if you really like this video, please give a thumbs up and share this video to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.